When it comes to a square body truck, if it's 2-wheel drive or it's 4-wheel drive, 87 is gonna be your best year because it's throttle body injected. This is a great truck. Stick around for the test drive video to hear everything that it's got. 1987 Chevrolet C10 Silverado. So factory 2-wheel drive truck, obviously being a C10. And it's just a really cool Silverado truck that's had some nice things done to it. For starters, it has its original throttle body injected 5.7, runs fantastic, really performs like a stock style motor setup, backed by the 700R4 automatic overdrive transmission. So you have that good highway gear, cruises down the road, great. I love these square body pickups. They really drive awesome. That's why we sell a ton of them. That's why they're super popular. We've always had square body pickups, 2-wheel drive, 4-wheel drive, short bed, long beds in the inventory, and there's a reason for it, because they're great trucks. Power steering, power front disc brakes. This one does have full aftermarket exhaust. It has headers, full length duals, Flowmaster, I think they're FX mufflers, and then it has turn downs. So it has a good muscle car sound to it. Not terribly loud when you get it out on the open road like we currently do. But when you really get into the throttle some, it has a good exhaust note to it. Factory heat and AC. I have the AC on right now and it's really nice and cold. Nothing for me to complain about when it comes to that. And again, just an easy driving square body pickup. On the interior, basically it's red interior. You have your red seat cover, your red door panels, red painted lower portion of the dash. Headliner looks good. You do have black visors, some black trim, and your black dash pad. Carpet's also nice. Floor mats look good. Really no complaints with any of that equipment. Gauges are all clear and easy to read. You do have tilt. You have your power options, windows, locks, all of that stuff checks out really nice. Couple little holes drilled in the actual dash pad right here. Nothing to really note. Something was just probably mounted there at one point. You do have black seat belts as well. Sorry, I'm kind of jumping around a little bit, but black visors, black plastics, black dash, black seat belts, and then everything else is red. So really nice, clean interior in here. Steering wheel looks good. Gauges are all clear and easy to read. Nothing to complain about with any of that stuff. As far as the does it work section on this particular truck, it has a few smaller things that are not working properly. The cruise control's not working. The right fuel tank, when you switch between the two, the right fuel tank does work and the truck runs off of it, but it's got lower pressure. So probably something with that fuel pressure over there. So I would work on that. The dome light does not come on. You have a little bit of a drip from the oil pan, and then the speedometer reads about 5 miles an hour off. So really simple stuff there. All of that can be found on the Does It Work section, which will be found in the inventory. Click on this truck, scroll to the very bottom of the page, and you'll see the additional media section, which will have that Does It Work section in there. So you make sure you guys check that out. The Carfax is clean. The Autocheck is clean. No accidents or damage reported on either of those. Unfortunately, we don't know what the miles are on this truck. They're kind of a little all over the place on the Carfax. So it's TMU, true mileage unknown on this particular mileage. But to be honest, it's had a lot of work done. So we're gonna go with we don't know what the miles are, which at the end of the day doesn't really quite matter on a lot of these vehicles. We're gonna let these couple vehicles go, and then we're gonna get in the throttle some, and we're gonna do a little heavier aggressive pull, which we will do here in just a second. As you can see, as far as the performance goes, it does everything you want a stock throttle body injected 5.7 to do. Motor's got great power. The transmission shifts through the gears exactly like you want it to. No complaints mechanically on this truck whatsoever. On the underneath, one of, again, the best things about this pickup is how solid it is. The inner rockers, the cab mounts, the frame itself, the bottom side of the cab, the bottom side of the bed, inner fenders, bottoms of the fenders themselves. It's really solid, and I don't see any rust problems or rust issues of any kind. That exhaust on the underneath really shows well. Looks like it was professionally done. Just a good solid square body on the bottom. On the exterior, it has been repainted. I don't know when it was reshot, but the paint quality's nice. You have some touch-ups, some little flaws. On the lower rockers on both sides, you have a couple little runs in the paint. That could be easily color sanded out and cleaned up if you care to, but it's on the lower portion of the inner rockers, so nothing to really note there. The top of the hood, underneath the fluorescent lights, you can see some little reaction spots in the paint, and then a couple other little areas around the pickup as well. but it's all minor stuff for a truck to hop in and drive, being that it's an 87. It's just a great truck, really fun to hop in and cruise. You can be very proud of the cosmetics, but it does have its little age-related spots. Nice 15-inch rally wheels. I think the tires are 2019 all the way around, so plenty of tread, no dry rot, no cracking, ready to roll for the tires. Downshifts here when you get in the throttle some, downshifts, pulls well. Temperature's coming up where we want it to, good oil pressure. Interior turn signal bulbs work like they should. Getting a little bit heavier on the brakes here, and it's stopping really nice. It's not pulling me either direction. Steering is nice and easy, obviously power steering. As far as your suspension goes, it does have drop spindles up front, and then it's got hangers in the back, so it has been lowered. It still retains a stock style road feel. Does not beat you to death. It's an easy truck to cruise and drive. Another little pull there for you. Again, pull's great. Driving position is fantastic. The seat foam feels really good. No major issues with the windshield. It's really hard to see in this video, but right behind where the rear view mirror mounts, there's like a circular spot where it's like, it's not damaged from the outside, but the inside you can feel where there's like an indentation in the glass. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I took a photo of it for the additional media section so you guys can check that out. But the glass looks good, windows roll up and down like they should. Doesn't have the major vent window noise for square bodies. It's nice and quiet in here. The rear glass is clear and easy to see out of. You have your mirrors on the left and the right, and then you do have your clear and easy to see out of rear view mirror. You have your dual tank switch here on the dash. You have your little compartment that opens. You have your glove box with your SPID decal, your RPO codes in there, excuse me. You have your power windows, power locks, which work correctly as well. Just a cool truck. A little bit of delamination happening on the lower portion of the windshield as well. Inside the bed, you do have an older spray-in bed liner. It's that thicker material, but it shows well. You have a really nice roll-up tonneau cover. No major issues back there again, other than the fact that it is a little bit of a thicker spray-in bed liner, which again, doesn't bother me. That tonneau cover's pulled back, covered up. But if you wanted to change that, you could do a little bit of work to put a newer spray-in bed liner in there, but I don't think it's necessary. In the engine compartment, nothing's out of place. It really shows well. The firewall, the inner fenders, all of that stuff really checks out exactly like it should. Original numbers matching motor, firewall, inner fenders, core support, radiator itself, fluids, belts, hoses. It all really checks out exactly like it should, and there's really no problems of any kind in that engine compartment. Overall, this is a fantastic square body. If you want a two-wheel drive C10, you're looking at an 87. Obviously the only year that's throttle body injected for this body style, and this is a really good one. Drives great, has an awesome exhaust note to it. One other side note for these trucks, which is a really common thing, is when you open and close the doors, they're not a click open and close for the doors. You do have to put a little ass behind it to get the doors to open and close properly, but that's just notorious on square bodies. Once you put a little bit of effort, the doors close really well. Tailgate opens and closes properly, hood opens and closes properly. And I've probably said it 15 times, but this is a really good square body truck that you can thoroughly enjoy. All right, we'll go ahead and get in the throttle one more time here. And there you guys have it. As always, I'm Michael. This is a 1987 Chevrolet Silverado, throttle body injected, 5.7, automatic overdrive transmission, and really cold AC. From myself and everybody here at PC Classic Cars, we appreciate y'all stopping in to watch another one of our test drives. Make sure you check out the additional media section on the website, PCClassicCars.com. Check out the content we're posting across the social platforms every single day, and we'll catch you guys on the next video.